Let me ask you something. Are you becoming the man you're meant to be? Or are you just being the man that life made you to be? Let's find out on this episode of the Peerless Evolution Podcast. Welcome to the very first episode of the Peerless Evolution Podcast, Power, Execution, and Purpose. I'm Luis Nieves, the author and creator of the 5182 Rule and the voice of this movement. This podcast is for men who are drifting, pretty much stuck in their everyday life. Peerless is not about hype. It's about a standard. It's about structure. And today we're going to dive into that. We'll build a foundation for myself and you. Peerless means no equal, not by birth, but by battle. It's not a label, it's a lifestyle. We live in a world that praises comfort, avoids truth, and fears discomfort. It's a decision to hold the line when everyone else just lets it go. You don't need more motivation. You need a mission. You need a system. And that's exactly what we're building here. I didn't build this from success. I built this from struggle. I've had moments in my life where I've been unstructured, unfocused, and just floating. Kind of like staying in limbo. I got tired of it. I got tired of starting over. I got tired of waking up disappointed in myself. The 5182 rule has been able to build a structure and a plan for myself, and hopefully you, to not just inspire you, motivate you, but create some type of discipline in your life, hopefully evolving. Becoming your peerless self. The 5182 rule gave me direction, gave me clarity. It gave me the fire that I hadn't felt in years. Starting today, I'm using this rule to not only get healthy, but to become financially independent and also mentally sharp. Not only will I be following this rule, but I'll be using it to help others, like myself. In my book, The 5182 Rule, I discuss exactly what it means to become peerless, what it means to create a new you by following this rule. The 182 rule is broken down into 4 major sections. The 5 core disciplines: physical, financial, mental, social, and spiritual mastery. Throughout this podcast, I'll be using the 5182 rule to induct my own evolution, hopefully inspiring you and others to do more. Let's start with 5. 5 is the 5 core disciplines that should matter the most to you. And I'll be focusing on these throughout my journey on the Peerless Evolution Podcast. There are 5 core disciplines. First one being physical, financial, mental, social, and spiritual mastery. Number 1, being physical. Physically in shape may be something that's a struggle for all of us. It's definitely a struggle for myself. I'll be using my own rule to help change that. Again, throughout this Evolution Podcast, the whole point is to change who I am. As you can see, I'm a large guy. Being large for a good part of my life has really affected me in many ways. And honestly, it should be the core reason why I need to make and affect this change on myself. Without proper physical health, you can't continue to have mental clarity. You'll continue to doubt yourself and every day just feel like complete garbage. I know because I speak from my own experience. In the last part of the 5182, spiritual mastery, you really want to focus on yourself. Again, it's not about religion. It's about creating a direction for yourself. Me, I'm a God-fearing man. Doesn't mean I need you to be too. That's not the point of the rule. The point is that you within yourself create a direction. Create some kind of spiritual guidance that you can look within and say, hey, you're going to make it. Things are going to be all right. It's been tough for me. Throughout these years, it's affected relationships. It's affected my work. It's affected me personally. Yeah, I love myself for who I am. And I'm not trying to get you down and make you think, hey, you're wrong for being fat. That's not what I'm saying. The point is that you need to be healthy. You need to start making different choices now. There's a lot more life worth living for, and we're just ending it faster being as big as we are. Some of you may already be there, and good for you. That's the whole point of Peerless. You can use any part of this to advance yourself in any way. Continue to be physically fit. Continue to do what you're doing. All I'm saying is focus on the physical aspect of yourself because that's what matters the most. Now we're going to move on to one. One in the 5182 rule is about becoming the 1%. Again, not becoming the 1% that you hear every day. The 1% of people that actually truly believe in themselves. The 1% of people that actually finally take that charge in themselves to be different. We're not here to become billionaires. We're not here to become the top guy at everything that we do. No, the point is that you are becoming the best version of you. Become the 1% that you keep holding down, because 99% of you every day is doing something that you shouldn't be doing, is not taking the initiative that you should be taking. And again, I'm not speaking from someone who says, yeah, I've got it all together. I understand that every day I'm only giving 99%, and I need to start giving myself that 1% of doing more. Now, that sounds cliche, and some people may see it as, oh, Sigma male, alpha male, millionaires. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. In reality, you're never going to be happy with yourself. You're only using 99% of your full potential at any given time. Sometimes you really need to tap into that 1% to really elevate yourself. And then, when you start on something new, when you've risen above, that's a whole new level. Back to zero again. Every day I feel like I could be better. I can be better at what I do. I can be better at my family. I can be better at my life. I can be better at my finances. Even when I feel like I'm giving my all, I'm only giving 99%. 1% of myself I'm not tapping into. And that's where it changes. Using the 518 rule, I decide to use that 1%. That little bit that needs to give me the nudge to do different every day. I hope I'm acting on this and showing you guys every single day that you don't have to settle for less. You don't have to settle for your worst self. And you're not doing this for anyone else. You're doing it for you. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one. You're the 1%. 8. The daily battles. In the 5182 rule, 8 stands for wake up early, move, eat clean, learn, earn, serve, focus, and reflect. You have 8 hours in the day where you have just yourself. Think about it. You sleep for 8 hours, you work for 8 hours. You have 8 hours to do something a little different. That's your personal time, and you decide what you're going to do with it. Yes, some of us travel for work. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get home. But even if, that's part of your 8 daily battles. You're moving. You're doing something. Find something new to do. Should really be focusing on is one thing. And that's reflecting on what you could be doing more. The 8 daily battles that you give yourself is what helps you get through your day always. And you're doing it right now. When you wake up on time for work, when you go and brush your teeth, when you take that shower that you haven't decided to take, it's about moving. Maybe decide to take the stairs today. Maybe you decide to not take the escalators. Maybe today's the day you're not taking the elevator. You want to move. You want to try something different. Focus on something new. Start that business you want. Write that book you're thinking about. Stop thinking that everything's just too hard to do, because you know what? You have time in the day to do something new. And you're deciding now that this isn't it. No, you can't live that life. You have to do something more. The best ways you can do that is through these 2 laws of leadership in the 5182 rule. 2. Stands for extreme accountability and relentless execution. Extreme accountability is no excuses. Take full ownership in your day. Do something more. Stop making excuses for yourself and telling yourself that it's too hard, because it's not. You can learn in so many ways. There's YouTube, there's ChatGPT. You have the internet to help you. Things that can assist you. If you keep saying something's too hard, you're never going to get there in life. You really want to focus on these things. Relentless execution. When you put your mind to something, you got to keep going and keep moving. Be relentless. Getting it done is better than perfect. The whole point of this is not for you to become, again, the perfect person, the most peerless human being out there. The focus on this is that you're driving yourself to do a little more every day. Men today are more connected than ever, but they're more lost than ever. Porn, junk food, dopamine, excuses, it's killing us. We're told masculinity is toxic, that leadership is arrogant, standards are too much. I once had a guy tell me that I take my job too seriously, that I work too tediously. But honestly, I see that men lack in who they are. I see that men lack and fail at what they do. A lot of guys these days take nothing seriously. They just figure a paycheck's a paycheck. But what happened in taking pride in yourself? What happened in taking pride in what you do and feeling good about yourself? Yeah, let's get this money, of course. It's not about, giving a charity, but again, you're given a task. Focus on that. Do something a little more for yourself. Show some initiative. It goes a long way. Many people may call it cocky. Many people may say you have a chip on your shoulder. Honestly, people talk a lot. It's not about that. The point is that you're peerless and you're focusing on yourself. A peerless man says to forget the noise. We're not victims. We are weapons, and we choose to sharpen ourselves. This movement is about rejecting weakness, choosing focus, and becoming who we were born to be. There are 3 versions of every man. In those 3 versions, who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. Being peerless is about stepping into the 3rd version. The version of you that wakes up early, trains with intention, moves with discipline, leads with confidence, and never breaks his word. Every day, the weak version of yourself is waiting to take over. And every day, we choose to kill him before he kills us. Choose to kill that weak version before he kills your potential. Here's what to expect from the Peerless Podcast. Each week, we go to war. We go to battle with ourselves. We keep moving forward. We'll have episodes breaking down mindsets, methods of the 5182 rule. Hopefully, we'll be doing deep interviews with men who have sharpened themselves. We'll have tactical episodes speaking on finance, fitness, discipline, habits, and how to lead yourself. Every episode ends with a mission, something you can really apply that day. This podcast is your weapon, but you still have to use it. By following this podcast and going forward, you're not doing this alone. This is about becoming part of a peerless brotherhood. We're building men who are focused, men who speak truth, men who lead their homes, protect their health, grow their money, and hold the line. Iron shapes iron, and this podcast is the blade. So with that said, here's your challenge. Write down who you want to become, physically, financially, mentally, and spiritually. Now ask yourself, what would the man I want to be respect the way I'm living today? You have 16 waking hours of a day. Get serious, get locked in, get peerless. So, a lot of things you're going to hear on today's episode pretty much just explain what Peerless is about. It may sound a little scripted, a little well written, and honestly, it is. I want to make sure all my ducks are in a row, and I really want to explain what they are. So this isn't my first time in front of a camera. It's not my first time. This is my first time doing this kind of thing, and honestly, I'm kind of hoping I can help really give you a better understanding of what you can do to assist yourself. I've taken a lot of time, I've made a lot of moves, and I decided to invest in myself and do something a little different. So by writing my book, the Peerless Bible, the 5182 rule, it really awakened something in me. It's not the only book I wrote. I did write another book called The 30 Standards, which we'll be talking about probably in another podcast another day. But every question that you may have for me, you should be asking yourself. You should be focusing on who you are, why you're that way, and how you can be a little better. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've made a lot of wrong choices, and I paid for them. And like I said before, I'm sick of starting over. This is all or nothing. This is what we're going for. This is what we're doing. And, I hope the journey that I go on, and, again, I really want it to inspire you. And I hope you guys truly understand what it means to be your peerless self. I'm going to hold myself to a standard. I'm going to hold myself by my own rule. And it's not about failing. This isn't a workout vlog. This isn't a, hey, try this new recipe or 50 things of why you should be this certain way. I'm not that kind of guy. And I'm not gonna lead you down that way. I'm hoping to lead by example, but again, I'm just hoping to inspire as a leader should. And I know that there's many men out there like you that are great leaders. I've met incredible people in my life that have done incredible things with themselves and still doubt themselves to this day. And uh, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to doubt myself. I'm not going to keep moving in a direction where I feel I've just been self defeated every day. I struggle with a lot of things, and I'm human. I'm a person, but at fourth, but first of all, I'm a man, and a lot of men these days really falling short of themselves. A lot of men these days choose to take the easy path, and the ones who have worked hard have really shined. The ones who have chosen a different path of themselves, other than something easy, other than something handed to them, have a lot to show for it. And you know, you're sitting at home, you're watching this video, you're deciding, maybe this might interest me in the sense that I could be the best, I could be a better me. You know, I'm a big nerd. I like I like a lot of stupid things, and I have made a lot of stupid financial decisions. But that time's passed. The time's gone. I have my family, I have myself, I have my health, and I have my mentality that I have to look after. And I feel like I'm rambling, and I probably am, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and I'm really happy that you're here. I really appreciate anyone who's a part of this journey. There are going to be people who criticize. There are going to be people who decide that they have something to say. But again, just shut off the noise, man. Shut off the noise. Make better choices. Um, Not every episode is going to be this way. Every episode will be topic based. Every episode will be topic based, and it's just kind of an introduction to me. I hope it's not too all over the place. Honestly, if you truly want to learn more about these standards that I set for myself and the rules that I follow, you can check on Amazon. Um, the book is going for $9.99 on Amazon. So are the 30 standards, and I also have a journal, a daily journal that you can use. I already got quite a few sales. Not a lot of feedback though, but that's okay. I spent a great deal of time working on this, and it really has been uh, quite a ride. I've seen it actually change people. I've seen people that come back to me and say that it's been very powerful. It's been quite a moving read for them. And there's plenty of books out there besides my own that'll do the same for you. But every bit of knowledge is worth something. Every bit of just anything is worth something. So uh, those of you out there are watching this video, definitely if you have any questions for me, definitely leave a comment. Ask a question, put out your ideas. I definitely would like to involve my followers and everyday. I definitely like to involve my followers and everyday people in what I'm doing. I'll answer some questions in certain episodes, and we'll go from there, man. It's just like the title, man. It's evolving. It's going in a different direction every day. Um, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Love yourself. Love the people in your life. Be better for them. Be better for you. You mean more. You mean more to everybody else in your life than you actually think. Stop giving up on who you are. Stop letting go just because something's a little hard. There's a right time and place for these things, and you're going to get there. See you on the next episode of the Peerless Evolution Podcast.
Thanks. Good night.